So I believe that dropshipping in 2024 is the best online business model for you to generate your first $1 million. Now, with that being said, if you continue to use AliExpress in 2024, you're going to drive your dropshipping store into the ground with the profits and the success. Now, don't worry, because I got you guys covered in this video. I'm going to be sharing the best private suppliers and the best supplier to use throughout different parts of your journey with your dropshipping store. So the first thing is, most of you guys that are watching this are doing one product dropshipping, and you're only ordering products once somebody places an order on your Shopify store. So that means that you don't have any inventory, you're not using a 3PL. Now, there are always going to be a few issues with that method, which is there's always going to be processing times. Now, the good news is in 2024, this part of the process keeps getting better when it comes to one product dropshipping. But I do want it to be aware that it doesn't matter who you work with, when you're doing this method of dropshipping, no one is perfect. The second thing that I want to mention is that product quality and shipping times are more important than the product cost. Most people, when they choose a supplier, only want to work with a supplier who is the cheapest. You want to have a good overall round when it comes to shipping cost, shipping times, and product quality. Don't just emphasize who you choose on the cost. The next thing is always use PayPal or use a credit card when you're paying your supplier. That way you're going to be more safer when working with them if they were to do you over. That could mean that they don't ship the product, they don't ship the right product. This will protect you because you can either charge back or open a claim through PayPal. And the last thing that I want to mention is always order a sample of the product so you can vet for yourself that it matches the quality control and the ethics of yourself. Now, the last thing that I want to quickly mention that I know a lot of you care about is which country should you choose, China, America, or the EU. So if you're selling to the EU, that makes sense. So for example, let's say I want to drop ship from Germany to Germany. Then using a European supplier makes a lot of sense for shipping times, taxes, and other things. Now, the first type of suppliers that I'm going to be mentioning are great for one product dropshipping. Now, what I've also done to make your life even easier throughout this video is we've created a cheat sheet that's going to contain everything that I mentioned in this video in chronological order. Not just that, but I'm also going to give you a list of 100 private suppliers for loads of different industries that you can get access to that people have to pay thousands for. So as soon as we hit 3,000 likes, it'll be in the pinned comment and in the description below. So the first supplier that I'd recommend is called Zendrop. You can use them using the link in the description and you will get an exclusive discount. Once you create an account on Zendrop, you're going to see in the top left your Shopify store name. If you haven't already done that, it is super easy to integrate Zendrop with Shopify. It's literally a one-click process. Now, once you've integrated your store, you're going to see find products, my orders. You want to go over to where it says find products. Once you've done that, it's going to take you to a screen that looks like this. And in the top right, you're going to have some very important filters that I'd recommend that you look into. The first one is ships from anywhere, ships from the US, or ships from China. Now, if you filter this to the US, then the catalog of products are drastically going to drop. You're still going to find a lot of products, but it's going to be nowhere near as many as in China. Then next to that, you've got categories, then all suppliers. Now, this is very, very important. So where it says all suppliers, these are the different suppliers that Zendrop works with. This is super important to understand. Companies like Zendrop do not own all the products. They have partnerships with all the manufacturers in China that we can't have partnerships with, and they're able to get products from them. So where it says all suppliers, these are all the suppliers in China and America that Zendrop has that gets them a credible pricing and shipping time for these products. So you can see Zendrop fulfillment. So these are products that Zendrop have in their own fulfillment centers in China. Then the rest of them that you can see on here are the companies that they have partnerships that they can also source products from. Now, something important to also mention about Zendrop is it's an American-based company. So everyone that works for Zendrop speaks fluent US English. Then where it says price range, you can obviously filter it by what price you want to do, high ticket, low ticket, medium ticket, and etc. Now you can see when you scroll down, you got new arrivals and it's showing you lots of different products that you can get through Zendrop. Now let's say, for example, I want to drop ship this product. Now this product has been blowing up on the internet and it's been making a lot of money. So this is the thick plushy unisex flats. It's going to cost me $4.86 to buy it from Zendrop. And you can also see, if we go to the shipping times here, this is showing me how long it takes from China to the UK. So from China to the UK, it's going to take me on average 9 days. That is insane that it's going to take only 9 days to get it from China to the UK using Zendrop. Now, I do want to clarify this to you guys very quickly. Zendrop to start with is completely free. They do have paid tiers, but most of you guys will only need the free tier to start with. Now, if I change this from the UK to, let's say, the US, the shipping times will change. Now it's saying an average of 13 days, which is still amazing. Like I said in the intro, as long as you're under 15 15 days, then that's amazing, especially when you're testing products as a dropshipper. Now you can see here in this chart, it's going to show you the product cost, the shipping cost, and the total. And it's also going to show you the variants as well if there's different variants. So you can see all in the shipping plus the product cost, it's going to cost me around about $15. Now, if we compare the same product on AliExpress, you can see it here, the exact same product. This one's got over 600 orders. It's got around about 1,000 orders. So a lot of people are buying it. You can see shipping to the US is around about 25 days. Now, it's currently the 21st of December when I'm recording this video, and it's saying that delivered by the Jan the 15th to Jan the 17th. So that's around about 20 to 30 days shipping. So that's insane. Now, with Zendrop, it's a lot quicker. Now, a lot of you guys are going to say, well, the cost is a lot more. So to buy this is $2.70. To buy it on, let's say, Zendrop, it's double the price, and the shipping is free on AliExpress. But remember, you are paying, let's say, $10 for shipping, but you can include that into the product price. Now, in the top right, you can see here it says sample order. So you can actually order a sample product, and you're going to get it at sample price. So that's really important. So if you're not quite sure what you want to do, or let's say you want to order a sample because you want to record some content with a product to use as an ad, you can do it here very easily. Now, if the product that you're looking for is not on Zendrop, then you can import it from AliExpress. Now, when you import it from AliExpress, it does not mean that you're using AliExpress. It means that Zendrop is going to use that information, as you can see where it says here, and it's going to look for the same product in their company warehouses and manufacturers, and they will get a quote for you. And that's only if the product that you're looking to sell isn't available on Zendrop. Now, once you've imported your products using Zendrop, it's going to look like this, where it says store listings. If you have any issues, it'll show it here. And I've linked these slippers to my store, and you can see it says linked. And on these three dots, we can click edit, and you can also edit the variants. You can unlink them, and you can add some information to them. So if you do not want to sell all the variants on your store, you can unlink them here and get rid of them. Now, some really cool things that Zendrop allows you to do on the higher tiers is you can do branding from the get-go. So you can see here on extras under branding, you can create custom branding. So when people receive the product from Zendrop, they're going to get a letter or card in their package. So when they unbox the packaging, it's going to say, thank you for shopping, and then your brand name, the logo, and it's going to have it on a card. So you can add the logo here, you can add a title, you can add a message, you can add the company address and the support email. And then once they receive the order, they're going to get that in a card format when they unbox the product. So already they're going to get a custom experience using the Zendrop process. Now, you can do it as custom instead if you want to. So if you've already got a card made, you can just upload it here and use the template, or you can just do it through Zendrop themselves. Now, another really cool thing that you can do through Zendrop is bundle and boxes. So let's say you want to sell multiple products on your store, you can do them as a bundle so that when the customer receives it, they're all going to get it in the same box and the same bundle. So instead of them receiving it in 3 different goes, let's say one 2 days later, the other one 4 days later, and then the other one 6 days later, it's all going to be grouped into one box. That way it looks more believable that you are a legitimate brand. You can also create subscription boxes through Zendrop as well if you want to do that, which is also very cool. Now, to be able to access those features, you do need the Plus account or the Plus feature. Now, if you use my exclusive link, you will get 51% discount code plus $200 in credits. So that means you can use that $200 to fulfill orders instead of you using your own money. So make sure you check out that in the link in the description to be able to get a good deal on the Zendrop Plus. Now, like I said before, 90% of you guys that are watching this don't need the Plus option. You just need the free option. Now, when it comes to the EU, I would highly recommend a company called BigBuyEU. Now, BigBuyEU, as in the name, is literally designed for the EU market. And you can see here, they do offer a drop shipping service and membership. So you can drop ship loads of products from EU to the EU. Now, the only downside to BigBuyEU is that they do have paid memberships. And it can be a little bit expensive for some beginners because it can range from €100 to €500. But if you want to see what products that they've got in their catalog, if you just scroll down here, you can see it's showing you all the catalogs of products that they can sell for you. So let's say, for example, I want to sell in the baby industry. I'm going to click this, and you can see here, these are all the products here on the left-hand side that they've got, and they've got loads and loads of products. They've even got white labeled products, which are already designed brand products. But there is loads of products that they're selling right here. I will leave a link in the description and in the cheat sheet so you can check them out, but I would highly recommend that you look into the memberships before buying any of them, and you do your due diligence and research before you buy any of the memberships on their website. Now, the next supplier that I want to talk about when it comes to drop shipping one product at a time is Gelato. Now, Gelato is for print on demand, but I thought it was important to mention in this video. So it's completely free to create an account with Gelato, and if you use my exclusive link in the description, you are going to get some benefits using it. But if you come to Gelato and create an account for completely free, you're going to see under product catalog that you've got all of these men's clothing, women's clothing, you've got kids clothing, you've got wall art, you've got phone cases, mugs, photo books, custom calendars, cards, stationery, and business. Now, let's say, for example, I want to create a t-shirt. I'm going to click on the t-shirt. Then it's going to show me the different versions of t-shirts that they're selling. Like, are they cotton? What do they have? The color variations, the sizes, the costs. So Gelato is saying that this is the best one to use. So this is a premium unisex crew neck t-shirt. I can get it in all of these different colors, in all of these different sizes, and I can start designing it, and it's being fulfilled from 12 different countries. And you can see that the estimated delivery time is between 4 and 7 days. That way you're ensuring super happy customers when it comes to the customer service. Now, you can see here underneath that it's going to give you the description, the pricing, so it gives you the overall pricing of the product. It's also going to give you the care instructions as well. It's also going to give you the size guide, which is really important, and then it's also going to give you the file inspections if you need them. If you're going to create a design for the t-shirt, you do need these specifications to create the right design. You can also do print technology, DTG, which is like a print with a vinyl. Then you can use embroidery, which is obviously a lot more premium, and then you can add this to your store by just clicking this button, sync in your Shopify with Gelato, which is super easy, and it only takes around about 3 clicks, and then you're ready to go. And you can see here you've got your orders, personalized studio, templates, branding and packaging, so you can do branding from the get-go, price navigator, mock-up studio, and loads of other really cool things. So if you guys are watching this thinking about doing a hybrid store, print on demand and normal drop shipping, or you're thinking about doing print on demand in the future, Gelato is the best option for this in 2024. Now, if you are thinking about using a different dropshipping supplier because somebody's recommended them to you, or they've reached out to you offering you some crazy deal, then these are the questions that you must ask dropshipping suppliers that I've not vet for or vouched for. These are the questions that you must ask them. So if I've not recommended them to you, but you think that they're a good supplier, please ask them these questions, because it's going to determine if they are good or not. Now, the first batch of questions that I'm giving you guys to ask suppliers are product related and general working supplier questions. So the first one is, what types of products do you specialize in? Now, different suppliers will specialize in different ones. Baby niche, clothing niche, let's say the kitchen niche, so bear that in mind. The next one is, can you provide a full product catalog to get them to send you a full list of what they sell? What is the quality of your products? So what is the overall quality? Is it A grade, B grade, or C grade? Normally suppliers will grade them by that quality. Are there any brand restrictions on these products? So a lot of products that are made in China, funny enough, aren't legitimate. So they're just rip-off of products that are being sold in the EU and in the US, and they are illegally remaking them. So you have to be very careful, because if you do sell a ripped off product, you can get into a lot of trouble. Now, you need to check to see how they respond to these questions, because you're looking to see how good their English is, because when you're working with Chinese suppliers, 9 times out of 10 their English is not going to be very good. And if their English is not good on these certain questions, then that's a red flag to me. Now, the next set of questions is shipping and delivery. What shipping methods do you offer? That could be shipping lines or shipping carriers or couriers. Which ones do they offer? Then research into them. What are the average shipping times that various regions? So when you ask for the UK, US, and Australia, New Zealand, and Canada, and EU, you want them to send you just a rough idea, 7 to 10 days, 10 to 15 days. You just want a rough estimate. How do you handle lost or damaged shipments? Now, these are some serious questions, because remember, you are naturally going to get returns with e-commerce and drop shipping, but it depends how your supplier will react to these issues. Now, if they do not have insurance with their couriers, if it's damaged or lost, they're going to tell you that you have to take the hit as a company, and that can cost you lots of money and destroy your profit. The good news with Zendrop and BigBuyEU is they're insured with their couriers, so if things do go wrong during transit, they will cover the loss. Do you provide tracking information for all orders? This is the minimum standard in 2024. Every supplier should be offering you tracking numbers when it comes to sending orders. Now, the next set of questions is pricing and payment. Are there any additional fees like handling or restocking fees? You'll be very surprised that suppliers will hit you up with some random invoices and payments payments. The next one is what payment methods do you accept? They need to accept debit cards, credit cards, and things like Payoneer, Stripe. All of these online payment gateways, they should offer majority of them. If they just say to you, bank transfer me the money or wise me the money, that is very scary. Now, in my opinion, the most important set of questions, what is your return policy? Now, this is so important. The return policy or the refund policy is, in my opinion, the deal breaker when it comes to working with a supplier. If they say flat out, we do not accept returns, I am not working with them. Because I've learned the hard way, it ends up killing all your profit, because naturally there are going to be problems with your fulfillment. Whether it be damaged products don't match descriptions, human error, these are bound to happen. So if they do not have a policy that warrants that, then you're going to be picking up the loss and it could kill your profits. How are customer service issues handled? So normally they want proof, they want to see like what happened before, images, etc. If it's just flat out we don't have one, again, another red flag. Who is responsible for the return shipping costs? So is it you or the supplier? Now, sometimes it's the supplier, sometimes it's you. So you just have to bear this in mind and understand, that way you know where to put the money when you're dealing with returns. The last few questions that you want to ask is related to minimum order quantity. Do you require a minimum order quantity, yes or no? Is there a minimum order value, which means does it need to be $50, $100, $200? The last set of questions, in my opinion, that are super important is, are your products compliant and regulatory throughout the different markets? Do they have licenses? Do they have trademarks? Do they have patents that you're allowed to use? Do you provide the necessary product certificates if they are needed by payment gateways, by authorities, etc., etc.? Now let's talk about private suppliers. And now you're starting to see success. You want to start working with private suppliers. So the time to use a private supplier is when you're doing a minimum of 10 orders a day consistently for around about 3 to 4 weeks. Now the good news is Zendrop does do pre-orders on inventory if you do regular sales. Now for those that are wondering where you can access this in Zendrop, if you come to the bottom left where it shows you what plan you're on, you can see I'm on the plus plan. If you scroll down, you've also got the select plan. Now this has all of these features that you can see here. Now this is for volume high sellers. So this is for those guys that are doing high volume, which is 10 orders a day. Now if you need this feature from Zendrop, you just click contact sales and you will then get into contact with one of the managements at Zendrop. Now this feature is completely free to use, by the way. There's no hidden costs, there's no upfront retainers or retainers. It's completely free through Zendrop. It will then put you in contact with a manager that will then take all the information and then start managing things for you. Now when should you start branding your products or white labeling them or putting branding on the boxing or the packaging? You should be doing this when you get 10 orders consistently for around about 1 month. The next thing that I want to mention is 3PL. So what is a 3PL? A 3PL stands for third-party logistics, also known as order fulfillment. A 3PL warehouse provides a full range of e-commerce fulfillment services, including storage, order processing, shipping, and receiving. So that means that you can send returns directly to it. It means that you're going to get super fast shipping times. And it also means that you have full control over how your products are being sent out. Many 3PL warehouses provide value-added services such as processing, cross-docking, or kitting. These are super important things to know about. Now, you don't need to worry about them now if you're not at this level, but trust me when I say that those are so important to understand and to know how the value is so important for these things. Now, the good news is Zendrop do have 3PL in China. Now, most 3PLs are based in China. You can get 3PLs in the EU and in America, but it's very rare that people do that unless all their volume is coming from those countries. Now, if you do need a 3PL from America or from the EU, they will be listed in the cheat sheet. Now, the important costs to think about when using 3PL is make sure you work out the total cost per unit. So what are the full costs per 1 unit? The next thing is 3PLs often charge per pallet, amount of units, picking, packing, posting, and returns. So make sure that you figure out how they're breaking down the cost. Don't just let them say to you, it's going to cost this amount of money and that's it. You want them to break it down like that. What's the pallet? What's the units? What's the packing? Etc. etc. You want them to break it down in those types of scenarios. Now get costs for everything and divide it by however many units you are planning to store. So if you're planning to store 100 units, divide it by that. That gives you how much it costs per unit. And like I said prior to this, in the cheat sheet there will be links to 3PLs in America and in the EU. so you can reach out to them, inquire to them, and they will give you the information. So guys, those are my favorite suppliers to use in 2024 when it comes to drop shipping and generating your first $1 million online to ensure happy customers and a solid foundation as a drop shipping business model. Let me know what you guys thought of this video in the comment section below. Don't forget to get this video to 3,000 likes so you get the cheat sheet and 100 private suppliers to use. And don't forget to ask the questions to the suppliers to ensure the best quality when working with them. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.